Dear friends, welcome to AS American Center. Take your practical grammar book. It's in the page number 86 to 90. The video number is 36. The topic here is prepositions. We have come here to the chapter 6. Chapter 1, noun. Chapter 2, verb. Chapter 3, pronoun. Chapter 4, adjective. Chapter 5, it is adverb. And chapter 6 is the prepositions. Conditions, 14 conditions we have come. And we have come here to 15th condition. The time and date preposition. What is time, sir? Time. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Date. Day is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Date is January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd. So time and date prepositions. We have not given day preposition. Of course, we should have given day preposition. Time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, at 7 o'clock. Date, on the month, in the month of January. Month preposition like before as a preposition, in as a preposition, at as a time preposition, by as a time preposition, on as a time preposition, after as a time preposition, on time as a time preposition, in time as a time preposition, by a time, by 5 o'clock, so by a time, before 6 o'clock, so before a time. Before a time means before 10 o'clock, before 6 o'clock, before 9 o'clock, so before with a time. In the morning, see, in is used with the morning, in the morning. In is used with the afternoon, in preposition is used with the afternoon, time preposition in the morning. In time preposition is used with the evening, in the evening. In the night, so in time preposition is used with the night. In a day, in a date. At dawn, at plus dawn. What do you mean by dawn? The sun rises, isn't it? When the sun rises in the morning, where the night shades goes off and light shades come, it is called dawn. The time when the sun rises, you are using at. At dusk, what do you mean by that? Dusk. Dusk is the time at the sunset, where the sun sits. At is used with the dusk. At night, at with the night. So, at 5 p.m., at is used with the time 5 p.m. At the beginning, at the end. So, the time prepositions, what are the time prepositions you have seen? Before, in, at, then what? At. Okay, these are the time prepositions which are used with the time and date. See, I will come before sunrise. The before preposition comes before preposition comes before the sunrise as a noun. Sunrise is a time. So, I will come before sunrise. Before the sunrise, I will come. We will come in time to the function. In time means exactly at the time, not being late. We will be in time. On time and in time. What do you mean by on time? Exactly on time. In time means what? 9 o'clock is the function. You come at 8:55. It is called in time. On time means what? 9 o'clock is function. Exactly at 9 o'clock you are coming. That is called on time. You are able to identify the difference between on time and in time. On time means exactly on the time. 9 o'clock, no, 9 o'clock. In time means 9 o'clock, no, before 5 minutes you are coming at 8:55. That is called in time and on time. They came by 9 a.m. By 9 a.m. means what? Within 9 a.m. By 9 a.m. By 9 a.m. means within 9 a.m. So they came at 8:55, 8:30. The function took place on the morning. The function took place on the morning. Morning as a time in the morning. So you are using on the morning. Then coming here, on the morning of January 26th. So on and off is used. On is used with the morning, off is used with month. The time is already programmed. When the time is already programmed, you are using on the morning of January 16th. The function took place on the morning of January 26th because the time is already programmed. Everything was fine at the beginning. In the beginning, no, at the beginning. So everything was fine at the beginning means started very well. Everything was fine in the beginning. Later changes happened. Everything was fine at the beginning and everything was fine in the beginning. What is the difference between that? Everything was fine at the beginning. Everything started well in the beginning. Everything was fine in the beginning. In the beginning means what? Everything started fine in the beginning. Later it changed. Able to understand the difference between at the beginning and in the beginning. So in the beginning, everything was fine in the beginning. Marriage life, both married, fine. In the beginning, everything was fine in the sense what? Beginning of the marriage life, everything is fine. Then after that, some problems happened. That is called everything was fine in the beginning. Everything was fine at the beginning. So from the time it started, everything continuously going on very well. In the beginning means later it has changed. Everything was bad in the end. So in the end means after some time everything has changed and the end became a tragedy. So the time prepositions before, in, at, you have to use with the time. Right, sir? Time in the sense it is not exactly 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You can say morning, evening, sunrise, dawn at dusk. So all these comes as time prepositions. So time prepositions are used. Next, the condition number 16. The verbs below must have their objects in proper places with the preposition. The below verb should carry a preposition and the preposition should have a place in accordance with the sentence. For example, the verbs are inform. What do you mean by inform? You are conveying a message. Inform. Explain. You are explaining, you are describing what it has happened. Recommend. What do you mean by recommend, sir? You are trying to, what do? You are asking, you are giving some support to the persons, you are recommending for a job or whatever it is. Suggest, you are giving your opinion. Provide, you are providing something. Supply, you are supplying with certain goods or matter or information. Present, you are presenting something. Compensate, something has gone as a loss, you are trying to compensate with whatever has happened. You are trying to bridge what the loss is all about. Propose, you are proposing. You are telling something what comes in your heart and mind. Proposing. Rob, you are stealing. So these verbs take prepositions and those prepositions are put in proper places. See, he informed the police. He informed the police. It is a sentence with information. He informed the police with information. Information is a noun. With is a preposition. So the verb informed takes the preposition and puts the preposition with in its proper place with information. He recommended for the manager's post. Manager's post is a noun. For, it's a preposition. This for is taken by the verb recommended. For is put in the right place in the sentence. Condition 17. The preposition beside and besides. What do you mean by besides, sir? Beside. See, I am standing here. One boy is standing here. What is this beside? He stands beside me. What means what? He is standing next to me. Besides means what? I teach English. Besides that, I teach Hindi also. What do you mean by that? Extra, more than that. Besides means extra, in addition. In addition to teaching English, I teach Hindi. Besides. So, beside means as one preposition. It means next to. Besides means extra. See, the preposition beside means by the side, next to me. Gigi is sitting beside Kalai. Besides, she has a Maruti car. Besides that, she has a Hyundai car. Extra, she has one other car. So besides, the preposition beside means extra or in addition to beside. You able to understand here? Besides, said he stood beside me during my problems means what? Whenever I faced problems, he was standing with me. He was supporting me. He stood beside me during my problems means with me. He was always with me when I was facing problems. With me, together, beside me. Here, besides means extra. Besides learning dance, she is learning singing. So, two things she is learning, sir. What are they? Learning and singing. Two things she is learning. So, besides learning dance, she is learning dance, and other than that, extra, what is she learning? Singing. So, beside means next to. Beside means together with. Besides means extra than what you are doing or what you are having or what you are learning or anything, right? Able to understand beside and besides. Condition 18th, the preposition since. Since as a conjunction means because of. Since I was suffering from fever, I am unable to attend the class. So since becomes a conjunction connecting two sentences, but since as a preposition. And for can be used as a conjunction also. For means because of. Here for is used as a preposition. Preposition comes before a noun, isn't it? As a pronoun. So this since and for, they come as what expression? What preposition? Time expressing preposition. The same time expressing preposition. Since and for, they are used as conjunction. When it is used for conjunction, it means because of. But when it is used as preposition, it is a time expressing preposition. Time is expressed using the word since and for as preposition. From a particular time of speaking to a particular time of speaking, there you are using since. Here the past and the present time meet at a point. Past and present are meeting. There you are using since and for. Since and for prepositions are used mostly in perfect and perfect continuous tense. What is perfect, sir? When you want to use perfect, you should have I have seen. Perfect continuous, I have been seeing. I have been seeing. So, since and for are used with the perfect. I have seen is a perfect. I had seen is a perfect sentence. I will have seen is a perfect sentence. Have plus past participle is called perfect. So, since and for are used with perfect sentence. I have been seeing. Since and for are used with perfect continuous. Able to understand? So, since and for as a conjunction means because of. Since and for as a time expression means from a particular time of speaking to a particular time in the present. That entire time is called since. So, since and for prepositions are used mostly with perfect and perfect continuous. See, my dear friends, I have been studying in the college. 2000 you have joined in the college. This is 2014, right? So, 4 years continuously. Even now I am studying in the college. So, I have been studying in the college since 2010 means what? Even now. Since is used from the time 2010 till the time I speak. From the time 2010 till now I am speaking. Then you are using since 2010 till now. Able to understand? I have been studying in the college since 2010. When did you join the English class, sir? 10 days back. I have been coming to spoken English class since when? Since 1st of August. Since 1st of August. So, till now. So, the time of speaking, from the time of time to the time of speaking, there you are using since. See, I have been studying in the college for 3 years. Even now you are studying in the college. Period of time till now. So, since and for are used from the time in the past till the time you are speaking. So this expression, this preposition is used to mention some action which is going on from a particular point to the particular point of time while you are speaking, till the time you are speaking. From till now, you are using since and for. Condition 19, the preposition from and between, the preposition from and between. What do you mean by the from and between preposition? Means between is used with the conjunction and, so if you have between, you are supposed to use and. From is used with the preposition till, until, to. So from is used with till, until, to. So two conjunction. So between takes a conjunction and from preposition takes one other preposition till, until, and to. See, he is studying in the college from 2010 till now. So from preposition takes one other till preposition. He is studying between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. So between takes a and as a conjunction. So between preposition takes conjunction and. Able to understand? So between takes a conjunction and. From takes the preposition till, until, and to. Hope you are able to get it, what I am talking, what I am telling. So condition 15 says the time and date prepositions. What are the time and date prepositions? Before, in, at, by, on, after, on time, in time, by time, before a time, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night, in a date, at dawn, at dusk, at night, at 5 p.m., at the beginning, at the end. These are the examples. At, in, before. Are able to understand? Get. So all the examples are given here. And condition 16 says certain verbs like inform, explain, recommend, suggest, provide, supply, present, compensate, propose, rob, takes preposition, and that preposition is put in an order at that particular place. Now, the preposition beside and besides. Beside means what? Extra. No, beside means next to. Beside means together. Besides means extra. Then we have seen the condition 18. The since and for preposition are time expression. From the time, one particular time, till the time you are speaking continuously, one thing is going on. Then you are using since and for. Then, condition 19. Between and from. Between takes a preposition, takes a conjunction and from takes a conjunction till, until, and to. Hope you got it. Yes. So நண்பர்களே, உங்களுடைய அமெரிக்க வெல்கம் டு ஸ்போக்கன் இங்கிலீஷ் சென்டர். உங்களுடைய பிராக்டிக்கல் இலக்கண புஸ்தகத்தை எடுத்துக்கொள்ளுங்கள். பக்கம் 86லிருந்து 90, வீடியோ நம்பர் 36. நிபந்தனை 5. ப்ரீபொசிஷன் என்றால் முன்னடை சொற்கள். முன்னடை சொற்கள் எதற்கெல்லாம் வரும்? இடத்திற்கு வரும். இன் சென்னை என்று சொல்லுவோம். நேர காலத்திற்கு வரும். at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock அந்த நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி at வரும். ஆன் மண்டே, திங்களுக்கு ஆன் வருகிறது. இந்த மந்த் ஆஃப் ஜூலை என்று சொல்கிறோம். இந்த மந்த் ஆஃப் ஜூலை மாதத்திற்கு முன்னாடி வருகிறது. அப்புறம் ஆன் சண்டே, ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமையில் என்று வருகிறது ஆன். ஸோ இந்த நிபந்தனை 15 நேர, டேட் என்றால் என்ன? கால, ப்ரீபொசிஷன் முன்னடை சொற்களான பிஃபோர் இதற்கு முன், இன் இந்த மந்த் ஆஃப் ஜூலை, ஜூலை மாதத்திலே, at 10 o'clock 10 மணிக்கு, பை ஐ வில் கம் டு யுவர் ஹோம் பை 10 o'clock, பை அதற்குள்ளாக, அந்த நேரத்துக்குள்ளாக, ஆன் மண்டே திங்களன்று, ஆஃப்டர் ஈட்டிங் சாப்பிட்ட பிறகு, இந்த பிறகு என்பது டைம், ஆன் டைம் சரியான நேரத்திலே. ஆன் டைம் என்றால் என்ன? உதாரணத்துக்கு 9 மணினா சரியாக 9 மணிக்கு வருவது ஆன் டைம். இன் டைம் என்றால் என்ன? 9 மணிக்கு வருவதற்கு பதிலாக 9 மணிக்கு முன்னாடி 8:55க்கு வந்து விடுகிறார், அதுதான் இன் டைம். பை எ டைம், ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட காலகட்டத்திற்குள் நீங்கள் பணத்தை அடைத்து விட வேண்டும், கடனை அடைத்து விட வேண்டும். பை எ டைம், பிஃபோர் எ டைம், ஒரு நேரத்திற்கு முன்னாடி. இந்த மார்னிங் காலையிலே, இந்த ஆஃப்டர்நூன் மதியத்திலே, இந்த ஈவினிங் மாலை நேரத்திலே, இந்த நைட் இரவு நேரத்திலே, இன் எ டேட் ஒரு தேதியிலே, அட் டான் சூரிய உதயக்கூடிய நேரத்திலே, அட் டஸ்க் சூரியன் அஸ்தமிக்கும் நேரத்திலே, அட் நைட் இரவிலே, அட் 5 PM 5 மாலை பொழுது 5 மணிக்கு, அட் த பிகினிங் ஆரம்பத்திலே, அட் த எண்ட் முடிவிலே. ஸோ இந்த அட், இன்னு, ஆன், பிஃபோர் இதெல்லாம் டைம் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் வேர்ட்ஸ் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய நேர காலத்தை குறிப்பிடக்கூடிய அந்த முன்னிடை சொற்கள். இதை பயன்படுத்த வேண்டும் நேர காலத்திற்கு. அடுத்தது ஐ வில் கம் பிஃபோர் சன்ரைஸ், நான் சூரிய உதயத்திற்கு முன்னாடி வந்து விடுகிறேன். வி வில் கம் இன் டைம் டு த ஃபங்க்ஷன், நாங்கள் விழாவிற்கு முன்னாடியே வந்துடுறோம். நாட் பீயிங் லேட், நேரத்திலேயே வந்து விடுகிறோம். இன் டைம் என்றால் என்ன, அந்த நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாலேயே வந்து விடுகிறோம். தே கேம் பை 9 AM, அவர்கள் 9 மணிக்குள்ளேயே வந்து விட்டார்கள். பை நவ், அதற்குள்ளாகவே. த ஃபங்க்ஷன் டுக் பிளேஸ் ஆன் த மார்னிங் ஆஃப்டர் ஜனவரி 26, அந்த விழா ஜனவரி 26வது நாள் காலையிலே நடந்தது. த டைம் இஸ் ஆல்ரெடி ப்ரோக்ராம், ஏற்கனவே கால நேரம் நிச்சயிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிற பொழுது இந்த ஆன் இந்த ஆஃபை பயன்படுத்துகிறாய். எவ்ரிதிங் வாஸ் ஃபைன் அட் த பிகினிங், ஆரம்பத்திலே அனைத்தும் நன்றாக இருந்தது. அட் த பிகினிங் ஆரம்பத்திலே என்று சொல்லும்பொழுது அட் ஸ்டார்டட். எவ்ரிதிங் வாஸ் ஃபைன் இன் த பிகினிங், ஆரம்பத்தில் எல்லாம் நல்லா இருந்தது, இப்பெல்லாம் மாறி போயிடுச்சு, இப்பெல்லாம் தலைகீழாக மாறிவிட்டது. சேஞ்சஸ் ஹேப்பன்ட், விஷயங்கள் மாறிவிட்டது. எவ்ரிதிங் வாஸ் பேட் இன் த எண்ட், முடிவிலே அனைத்தும் மோசமாக போய்விட்டது. ஆஃப்டர் சம்டைம்ஸ். ஸோ இதுகளெல்லாம் நேரகால முன்னிடை சொற்கள், நன்கு அறிந்து தெரிந்திருக்க வேண்டும். அடுத்தது கீழே கொடுக்கப்பட்டுள்ள வினை சொற்கள். கண்டிஷன் 16. The verb below must have their objects in proper places with the preposition. கீழே கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கக்கூடிய வினை சொற்கள் அது செய்யப்படுபொருளை எடுக்க வேண்டும். அந்த செய்யப்படுபொருளுக்கு முன்னாடி வரக்கூடிய அந்த முன்னிடை சொற்கள் அதனுடைய இடத்தை தகுந்தபடி எடுத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். அது இன்ஃபார்ம் என்றால் என்ன, தகவலை தெரிவி, எக்ஸ்பிளைன் விவரி, ரெக்கமெண்ட் உன்னுடைய சிபாரிசை சொல், சஜஸ்ட் உன் கருத்தை சொல், ப்ரொவைடு வழங்கு, சப்ளை ஒன்று விநியோகி, ஸோ ப்ரெசென்ட் பரிசலி, காம்பன்சேட் ஈடுகட்டு, ப்ரப்போஸ் ஆசையை தெரிவி, ராப் திருடு. இதற்கு பின்னாடி ஆப்ஜெக்டை எடுத்தால் அந்த ஆப்ஜெக்டுக்கு முன்னாடி வரக்கூடிய அந்த முன்னடை சொற்கள் சரியாக இருக்க வேண்டும். இன்ஃபார்ம் த போலீஸ், அவன் போலீஸுக்கு தகவல் சொன்னான். வித் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன், தகவல்களுடன் போலீஸுக்கு தகவலை தெரிவித்தான், சாட்சியங்களுடன் தகவலை தெரிவித்தான். அப்ப இன்ஃபார்ம்டு இந்த வித் என்ற முன்னடை சொல்லை எடுக்கிறது. he explained the matter to him, அவன் அந்த விஷயத்தை அவனிடம் விளக்கமாக தெரிவித்தான். இந்த எக்ஸ்பிளைன்ட் என்ற அந்த விவரித்தான் என்பது டு என்ற முன்னடை சொல்லான டுவை கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறது. he recommended for the manager's post, அவன் சிபாரிசு செய்தான் மேலாளர் பதவிக்காக. ஃபார் போட வேண்டும். ஸோ ரெக்கமெண்டட் ஃபாரை எடுக்கிறது. ஸோ நண்பர்களே, நெக்ஸ்ட் ப்ரீபொசிஷன் பிசைட். பிசைட் என்றால் என்ன, பக்கத்திலே. பிசைட் என்றால் என்ன, எனக்கு அடுத்து. பிசைட் என்றால் என்ன, என்னுடன். பிசைட்ஸ் என்றால் என்ன, மேலும் என்ற அர்த்தம். ஸோ பிசைட் என்றால் என் பக்கத்திலே, என் அருகிலே, அடுத்ததாக, என்னுடன் என்று வருகிறது. பிசைட்ஸ் எஸ் சேர்த்தி கொண்டால் அதை விடுத்து, அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் இன்னொன்றும் என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது பிசைட்ஸ். The preposition beside means by the side. Beside என்றால் என் பக்கத்தில். நெக்ஸ்ட், நான் உட்கார்ந்துருக்கேன், என் பக்கத்தில் உட்கார்ந்துருக்கான். beside me. Preposition besides என்றால் என்ன, எக்ஸ்ட்ரா, மேலும். in addition to, beside, extra. So beside side, என் பக்கத்தில். he stood beside me during my problems, எனக்கு நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருந்தது, அப்பெல்லாம் என் கூடவே இருந்தான், என்னுடனே இருந்தான். he stood beside me during the top problems. beside me னா எங்குடன், with என்று வருகிறது, உடன். besides னா எக்ஸ்ட்ரா. besides learning dance, அவள் நாட்டியம் மட்டும் ஆடிக்கொண்டிருப்பதோடு மட்டுமல்லாமல் அவள் மேலும் she is learning singing. so besides னா எக்ஸ்ட்ரா, மேலும். கண்டிஷன் 18, ப்ரீபொசிஷன் சின்ஸ். சின்ஸ்னா என்ன, அது முதற்கொண்டு. சின்ஸ் இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ்னா என்ன, 1947 2014 வரைக்கும் சின்ஸ்னா ஒரு டைம்லிருந்து இப்போ வரைக்கும், டில் நவ் சின்ஸ். ஃபார் என்றால் என்ன, ஒரு டைம். ஃபார் 65 years என்றால் என்ன, 1947 2014 வரைக்கும். ஃபார் 65 இயர்ஸ்னா ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட காலத்திலிருந்து இதுவரைக்கும். ஸோ சின்ஸ் ஃபார் ஆன் த டைம் எக்ஸ்பிரஸிங் ப்ரீபொசிஷன், அது நேர காலத்தை குறிப்பிடக்கூடிய அந்த முன்னடை சொற்கள் டு மென்ஷன் ஃப்ரம் எ பர்டிகுலர் டைம் ஆஃப் ஸ்பீக்கிங், ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் டைம் ஆஃப் ஸ்பீக்கிங் 1947 டு எ பர்டிகுலர் டைம் ஆஃப் ஸ்பீக்கிங் 2014 ஆகஸ்ட், இன்னைக்கு என்ன 13 வரைக்கும். Here the past and present time meet at a point. இது 1947 2014 August 13 meet பண்ற time. It's meeting together. Past and present. Since and for prepositions are used mostly perfect. Perfect என்றால் என்ன? Have கூட past participle I have seen. Perfect continuous I have been seeing. So இந்த since and for are used. Since அது முதற்கொண்டு for இத்தனை ஆண்டு காலமாக இத்தனை நாட்களாக என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது இது have seen past perfect sentenceகளுக்கும் perfect continuous sentencesக்கும் தான் உபயோகப்படுத்துகிறோம். உதாரணத்துக்கு I have been studying in the college since 2010. 2010 I joined in the college. 2010 நான் காலேஜில் சேர்ந்தேன். நான் அந்த கல்லூரியிலே, இங்கே பாருங்க have been யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம், perfect continuous யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம், have been studying. நான் அந்த கல்லூரியிலே 2010 முதற்கொண்டு படித்து கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். அப்போ 2010 இப்போ ஆகஸ்ட் 13 வரைக்கும் 2014 வரைக்கும் தொடர்ச்சியாக படித்து கொண்டே இருக்கிறேன், எந்த விதமான இடைவேளையும் இல்லை. அப்போ இந்த பீரியட் ஃப்ரம் த டைம் ஆஃப் ஸ்பீக்கிங், அப்போ 2010 இப்போ வரைக்கும் என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது சின்ஸ் பயன்படுத்துகிறாய். I have been studying in the college. இங்கே have been studying போட்டுறீங்க, எதுக்கு? இந்த ஃபாருக்கு போட்டுறீங்க. For 3 years என்றால் என்ன? 3 ஆண்டு காலமாக படித்து கொண்டே இருக்கிறேன். For என்றால் continuous action from a particular time till the time you are speaking. ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட கால நேரத்திலிருந்து இப்பொழுது வரைக்கும் என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது இந்த since இந்த ஃபாரை பயன்படுத்துகிறாய். ஸோ since ஃபார் எங்கே பயன்படுத்துறீங்க? ஒரு காலகட்டத்திலிருந்து இன்று வரை, இப்பொழுது வரை. ஃபார் எங்கே பயன்படுத்துகிறாய்? ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஆண்டு காலமாக, குறிப்பிட்ட நேர காலமாக, ஒட்டுமொத்தமாக இன்று வரை என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது இந்த ஃபார் பயன்படுத்துகிறாய். அடுத்தது நிபந்தனை 19. The preposition from என்றால் என்ன? இருந்து. between என்றால் என்ன? இரண்டுக்கு நடுவிலே. இரண்டுக்கு நடுவிலே என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய அந்த between என்ற preposition. from என்றால் என்ன? ஒன்றில் இருந்து என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது ஒரு from, இருந்து என்ற preposition. இதைகள் ரெண்டையும் பார்க்கிறீங்க. between is used with a conjunction and. between வாக்கியத்தில் ஆரம்பித்தால் and கண்டிப்பாக போட வேண்டும். and என்பது கூட்டடை சொல், and வர வேண்டும். betweenக்கு அப்புறம் and வர வேண்டும். from is used with a preposition till. from என்றால் என்ன? அன்றில் இருந்து. from Monday till Saturday. from Monday till Saturday. from என்று வந்து விட்டால் till வரணும். from Monday until Sunday. from Monday to Saturday. அப்போ ஃப்ராம் என்று வந்துவிட்டாலே அந்த நேர காலத்தை குறிப்பிடும் பொழுது நீ டில் அன்டில் டூ பயன்படுத்த வேண்டும். ஸோ இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஈ ஸ்டடிங் இன் த காலேஜ் ஃப்ரம் 2010 till now. அவன் 2010 முதல் கொண்டு இப்பொழுது வரைக்கும் படித்து கொண்டிருக்கிறான். ஃப்ரம் யூஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க. ஈ ஸ்டடிங் பிட்வீன் 3 PM and 6 PM. 3 மணியிலிருந்து 6 மணி வரைக்கும் படித்து கொண்டிருக்கிறான். அப்போ பிட்வீனை யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா and பயன்படுத்துகிறீர்கள். ஃப்ராமை யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா டில்னா அது வரை. அவன் கல்லூரியிலே 2010 இதுவரை, இப்பொழுது வரை படித்து கொண்டிருந்தான். ஃப்ராம் இருந்து இதுவரை டில் போட்டுவிட்டீர்கள். இஸ் ஸ்டடிங் பிட்வீன் 3 PM and 6 PM. அவன் 3 மணியிலிருந்து 6 மணி வரை அவன் படித்து கொண்டிருந்தான். பிட்வீன் அண்ட், மேலும் பிட்வீன் கூட அண்ட் போட்டு விட்டுகிறீர்கள். ஸோ நண்பர்களே, நேரகால கண்டிஷன் 15 என்ன சொல்லுகிறது? நேரகால முன்னடை சொற்களான பிஃபோர், இன், அட், பை, ஆன், ஆஃப்டர், ஆன் டைம், இன் டைம், பை எ டைம், பிஃபோர் எ டைம், இன் த மார்னிங், in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night, in a date, at dawn, சூரிய உதயமாகிற நேரத்திலே, at dusk, சூரியன் அஸ்தமிக்கிற நேரத்திலே, at night, இரவிலே, at 5 PM, மாலை 5 மணியிலே, at the beginning, ஆரம்பத்திலே, at the end, முடிவாக வரும் பொழுது. நிபந்தனை 16 என்ன சொல்கிறது? inform, explain, recommend, suggest, provide, supply, present, compensate, propose, rob, இவைகளெல்லாம் முன்னடை சொற்களை ஏற்றுக்கொள்கிறது. அது வாக்கியத்துக்கு தகுந்தபடி அந்த முன்னடை சொற்களை பயன்படுத்த வேண்டும். அடுத்து நிபந்தனை 17. பிசைட் என்றால் என்ன? பக்கத்திலே, உடன். பிசைட்ஸ் என்றால் ஒன்று இல்லாமல் மேலும் இன்னொன்று. அடுத்ததாக கண்டிஷன் 18. சின்ஸ் ஃபார். சின்ஸ்னா என்ன? ஒன்று தேதியிலிருந்து இதுவரைக்கும். ஃபார் என்றால் என்ன? ஒட்டுமொத்தமாக இத்தனை ஆண்டு காலம் என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது, பேசக்கூடிய காலகட்டத்திலிருந்து இப்போ வரைக்கும் என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது சின்ஸ் ஃபாரை பயன்படுத்துகிறீர்கள். அடுத்தது நிபந்தனை 19. பிட்வீன் கூட between இடையிலே என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது and ஐ சேர்த்துக் கொள்கிறாய். from என்றால் ஒன்றிலிருந்து என்று சொல்லும் பொழுது till அதுவரை until அதுவரை to க்கு என்று வருகிறது. இதை சேர்த்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும். நண்பர்களே, இந்த ப்ரீபொசிஷனுடைய நிபந்தனைகள் 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 இதை நன்கு அறிந்து தெரிந்து உங்களுடைய பேச்சாங்கிலத்தை எழுத்தாங்கிலத்தை பலப்படுத்திக் கொள்ளுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ வெரி മച്ച്.
നമസ്കാരം. വെൽക്കം ടു എയ്സ് അമേരിക്കൻ സ്പോക്കൺ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സെൻറ്റർ. നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ ഗ്രാമർ ബുക്കിലെ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് അവ്യയങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചായിരുന്നു കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. ഇന്ന് നമുക്ക് പേജ് നമ്പർ 86 to 90 നോക്കാം. വീഡിയോ നമ്പർ 36. ചാപ്റ്റർ 6 ആറാമത്തെ ചാപ്റ്ററിലെ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് അവ്യയങ്ങൾ. കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്പർ 15. 14 കണ്ടീഷൻസ് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞു. 15ാമത്തെ കണ്ടീഷൻ നോക്കാം. The time and date prepositions like time and date. Time means ഒരു സമയം, date ഒരു തീയതി. ഇവയെ കുറിക്കുന്ന prepositions like before. Before means മുൻപ്, in, at, by, on, after. After means കഴിഞ്ഞ്, on time കൃത്യസമയത്ത്, exact time, in time. In time means അതിന് മുൻപേ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. ബൈ എ ടൈം അതിനുള്ളിൽ. ബിഫോർ എ ടൈം അതിനു മുൻപ്. ഇൻ ദ മോർണിംഗ് പ്രഭാതത്തിൽ. ഇൻ ദ ആഫ്റ്റർനൂൺ, ഇൻ ദ ഈവനിങ്, ഇൻ ദ നൈറ്റ്, ഇൻ എ ഡേറ്റ്. ദെൻ അറ്റ് ഡൗൺ. അറ്റ് ഡൗൺ മീൻസ് പ്രഭാതത്തിൽ. അറ്റ് ഡസ്ക് സന്ധ്യയിൽ. അറ്റ് നൈറ്റ് രാത്രിയിൽ. അറ്റ് 5 PM 5 മണിക്ക്, വൈകിട്ട് 5 മണിക്ക്. അറ്റ് ദ ബിഗിനിങ് ആരംഭത്തിൽ. അറ്റ് ദ എൻഡ് അവസാനത്തിൽ. തുടങ്ങിയ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് എങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് ഉപയോഗിക്കാമെന്ന് നോക്കാം. എക്സാമ്പിൾസ്. ഫസ്റ്റ് വൺ, ഐ വിൽ കം ബിഫോർ സൺറൈസ്. ഐ വിൽ കം ബിഫോർ സൺറൈസ്. സൺറൈസിന് മുൻപ്, പ്രഭാതത്തിന് മുൻപ്, സൂര്യോദയത്തിന് മുൻപ് ഞാൻ വരും, ഞാൻ എത്തും. ഐ വിൽ കം ബിഫോർ സൺറൈസ്. ഇവിടെ ബിഫോർ എന്നുള്ള പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, വി വിൽ കം ഇൻ ടൈം ടു ദ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ. വി വിൽ കം ഇൻ ടൈം ടു ദ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ, നോട്ട് ബീയിങ് ലേറ്റ്. ഇൻ ടൈം മീൻസ് അതിനു മുൻപേ ഞങ്ങൾ എത്തിയേക്കാം, ഫംഗ്ഷന് ഞങ്ങൾ അതിന് മുൻപേ വരും. ഇൻ ടൈം. ദേ കെയിം ബൈ 9 AM. ദേ കെയിം ബൈ 9 AM മീൻസ് 9 മണിക്കുള്ളിൽ അവർ വന്നു. അതിനു മുൻപേ, അതായത് ഒരു 8:55 കൂടി അവർ എത്തി, അതിനുള്ളിൽ അവർ വന്നു. നെക്സ്റ്റ്, ദ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ടുക്ക് പ്ലേസ് ഓൺ ദ മോർണിംഗ് ഓഫ് January 26. ദ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ടുക്ക് പ്ലേസ് ഓൺ ദ മോർണിംഗ് ഓഫ് January 26. ഓഫ് എന്നുള്ള ഒരു പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ, ഓൺ ദ വേറൊരു പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ, ഓൺ ദ മോർണിംഗ് രാവിലെ, ജനുവരി 26 തീയതി രാവിലെ ആ പരിപാടി നടന്നു. ദ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ടുക്ക് പ്ലേസ് നടന്നു. ദ ടൈം ഈസ് ഓൾറെഡി പ്രോഗ്രാംഡ്. നേരത്തെ തീരുമാനിച്ചൊരു കാര്യമാണ് പറയുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ഫൈൻ അറ്റ് ദ ബിഗിനിങ്. എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ഫൈൻ അറ്റ് ദ ബിഗിനിങ്. തുടക്കത്തിലെല്ലാം നന്നായിരുന്നു, തുടക്കം നന്നായിരുന്നു. എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ഫൈൻ ഇൻ ദ ബിഗിനിങ്. എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ഫൈൻ ഇൻ ദ ബിഗിനിങ് മീൻസ് തുടക്കത്തിൽ നല്ലതായിരുന്നു, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് കാര്യങ്ങൾ മോശമായി. എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ഫൈൻ ഇൻ ദ ബിഗിനിങ്, ലേറ്റർ ചേഞ്ചസ് ഹാപ്പൻഡ്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ചില മാറ്റങ്ങൾ സംഭവിച്ചു. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ബാഡ് ഇൻ ദ എൻഡ്. എവറിത്തിങ് വാസ് ബാഡ് ഇൻ ദ എൻഡ്. അവസാനം എല്ലാം മോശമായി. ആഫ്റ്റർ സം ടൈംസ്. അതാണ് കണ്ടീഷൻ 15 പറയുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ നോക്കാം. കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്പർ 16. ദ വെർബ്സ് ബിലോ മസ്റ്റ് ഹാവ് ദെയർ ഒബ്ജക്ട്സ് ഇൻ പ്രോപ്പർ പ്ലേസസ് വിത്ത് ദ പ്രീപോസിഷൻസ്. ദീസ് വെർബ്സ് ആർ ഇൻഫോം, എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ, റെക്കമെൻഡ്, സജസ്റ്റ്, പ്രൊവൈഡ്, സപ്ലൈ, പ്രസന്റ്, കോമ്പൻസേറ്റ്, പ്രപ്പോസ്, റോബ് മുതലായ ചില ക്രിയകൾ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. ദിസ് വെർബ്സ് ബിലോ മസ്റ്റ് ഹാവ് ദെയർ ഒബ്ജക്ട്സ് ഇൻ പ്രോപ്പർ പ്ലേസസ്. അവ ഈ തരത്തിലുള്ള പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ, ഈ തരത്തിലുള്ള വെർബ് ക്രിയകൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ അതിന് പകരം അതിന് ചേരുന്ന ഒരു പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ ഉപയോഗിക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. ഇൻ പ്രോപ്പർ പ്ലേസസ് വിത്ത് ദെയർ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ. ഇൻഫോം മീൻസ്, ഇൻഫോം ഒരു വെർബാണ്, അറിയിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ വിവരിക്കുക. റെക്കമെൻഡ്, റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻ മീൻസ് റെക്കമെൻഡിങ് സംബഡി എന്ന് മീൻസ് ശുപാർശ ചെയ്യുക, അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി എന്തെങ്കിലും ശുപാർശ ചെയ്യുക. സജസ്റ്റ് അതിനെപ്പറ്റി വിവരിക്കുക. പ്രൊവൈഡ്, സപ്ലൈ, പ്രസൻറ്റ്, കോമ്പൻസേറ്റ്. കോമ്പൻസേറ്റ് മീൻസ് നഷ്ടപരിഹാരം നൽകുക. ഏതെങ്കിലും കേസിലൊക്കെ നഷ്ടപരിഹാരം കൊടുക്കുന്നത് കോമ്പൻസേറ്റ്. പ്രപ്പോസ്, റോബ്. റോബ് മീൻസ് കൊള്ളയടിക്കുക തുടങ്ങിയ ചില ക്രിയകൾ. അതെങ്ങനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാമെന്ന് നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് വൺ, ഹി ഇൻഫോം ദ പോലീസ് വിത്ത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ. ഹി ഇൻഫോം ദ പോലീസ് വിത്ത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ. ഇൻഫോം എന്നുള്ള വെർബ് ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. അതിന് സ്യൂട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രപ്പോസിഷൻ ഏതാണ്? വിത്ത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ. ഹി ഇൻഫോം ദ പോലീസ് വിത്ത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ. അവൻ പോലീസിൽ ഹി ഇൻഫോം ദ പോലീസ്, പോലീസിനെ അറിയിച്ചു. വിത്ത് ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ, സകല വിവരങ്ങളും കൂടി പോലീസിനെ അറിയിച്ചു. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, ഹി എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ദ മാറ്റർ ടു ഹിം. ഹി എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ദ മാറ്റർ ടു ഹിം. അവനോട്. എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ എന്നുള്ള വെർബ് ക്രിയ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ടു എന്നുള്ള പ്രപ്പോസിഷനാണ് കൂടെ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. അവൻ ഹി എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ദ മാറ്റർ ടു ഹിം. അവൻ ആ കാര്യത്തെ പറ്റി അവനോട് വിവരിച്ചു കൊടുത്തു, എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തു കൊടുത്തു. ലാസ്റ്റ് വൺ, ഹി റെക്കമെൻഡഡ് ഫോർ ദ മാനേജേഴ്സ് പോസ്റ്റ്. ഹി റെക്കമെൻഡഡ് ഫോർ ദ മാനേജേഴ്സ് പോസ്റ്റ്. റെക്കമെൻഡ് എന്നുള്ള ക്രിയ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. അതിനുശേഷം ഫോർ മാനേജർ പോസ്റ്റിനു വേണ്ടി അവനെ ശുപാർശ ചെയ്തു. ഫോർ എന്നുള്ള പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. നെക്സ്റ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ, കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്പർ 17 നോക്കാം. ദ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് ബിസൈഡ് ആൻഡ് ബിസൈഡ്സ്. ബിസൈഡ് ആൻഡ് ബിസൈഡ്സ്. ഒരു എസിന്റെ വ്യത്യാസമേ ഉള്ളൂ രണ്ടിലും. ബിസൈഡ്, ആദ്യത്തെ ബിസൈഡ് എന്ന് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് അരികെ, അടുത്ത് എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിലാണ്. രണ്ടാമത്തെ ബിസൈഡ്സ് മീൻസ് ബിസൈഡ്സ്, അത് കൂടാതെ, അതിനു പുറമേ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിലാണ് ബിസൈഡ്സ് വരുന്നത്. ദ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ ബിസൈഡ് മീൻസ് ബൈ ദ സൈഡ്, തൊട്ടടുത്ത്, അരികെ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. നെക്സ്റ്റ്, ദ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻ ബിസൈഡ്സ് മീൻസ് എക്സ്ട്രാ ഓർ ഇൻ അഡീഷൻ ടു ബിസൈഡ്. എക്സ്ട്രാ, അതിനു പുറമേ, അതിന് കൂടാതെ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ ബിസൈഡ്സ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു. എക്സാമ്പിൾ നോക്കാം. ഫസ്റ്റ്, ബിസൈഡ്. ഹി സ്റ്റുഡ് ബിസൈഡ് മീ ഡ്യൂറിങ് മൈ പ്രോബ്ലംസ്. ഹി സ്റ്റുഡ് ബിസൈഡ് മീ ഡ്യൂറിങ് മൈ പ്രോബ്ലംസ്. എൻ്റെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളിൽ അവൻ എൻ്റെ അരികെ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ബിസൈഡ്സ്, എക്സ്ട്രാ. എക്സാമ്പിൾ നോക്കാം. ബിസൈഡ്സ് ലേണിംഗ് ഡാൻസ് ഷീ ഈസ് ലേണിംഗ് സിംഗിങ്. ബിസൈഡ്സ് ലേണിംഗ് ഡാൻസ്, നൃത്തം പഠിക്കുന്നതിന് പുറമേ അവൾ ഗാനവും പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, സംഗീതവും പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ബിസൈഡ്സ്, അതിന് പുറമെ, അതായത് അവൾ രണ്ടും പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ബിസൈഡ്സ് ലേണിംഗ് ഡാൻസ് ഷീ ഈസ് ലേണിംഗ് സിംഗിങ്. അവൾ നൃത്തവും പഠിക്കുന്നു, സംഗീതവും അഭ്യസിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ രണ്ടും പറയുമ്പോൾ അതിന് പുറമേ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിലാണ് ബിസൈഡ്സ് ലേണിംഗ് ഡാൻസ് ഷീ ഈസ് ലേണിംഗ് സിംഗിങ് എന്ന് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ നോക്കാം. കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്പർ 18. ദ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് സിൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഫോർ ആർ ദ ടൈം എക്സ്പ്രസിംഗ് prepositions to mention from a particular time of speaking to a particular time of speaking. Here the past and present time meet at a point. Since and for prepositions are used mostly in perfect or perfect continuous tense. Since and for എന്നുള്ളത് prepositionായി എങ്ങനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാം? They are time expressing preposition. ഒരു സമയം കാണിക്കുന്നു. രണ്ടും ഒരു സമയം കാണിക്കുന്നു. എങ്ങനെയുള്ളത്? ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ടൈം ഓഫ് സ്പീക്കിംഗ്. നമ്മൾ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ മുതൽ ഇവിടം വരെ, നമ്മൾ സംസാരിച്ചു കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സമയം വരെ, ആ ഒരു പീരീഡ് കാണിക്കാനായിട്ടാണ് സിൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഫോർ എന്നുള്ള രണ്ട് preposition ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. ടൈം എക്സ്പ്രസിംഗ് prepositions. ആൻഡ് ഹിയർ ദ പാസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് പ്രസന്റ് ടൈം മീറ്റ് അറ്റ് എ പോയിന്റ്. ഇവിടെ പാസ്റ്റ്, കഴിഞ്ഞ കാലം, ഭൂതകാലവും ഇപ്പോൾ നടക്കുന്ന വർത്തമാനകാലവും ഒരു പോയിന്റിൽ മീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. നമ്മൾ ഈ സിൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഫോർ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ച് പറയുമ്പോൾ രണ്ട് കേസും നമുക്ക് ഒരുമിച്ച് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നു. സിൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഫോർ prepositions ആർ യൂസ് മോസ്റ്റ്ലി ഇൻ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ഓർ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ടെൻസിലാണ് ഇത് കൂടുതലായി ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. എക്സാമ്പിൾ നോക്കാം. ഐ ഹാവ് ബീൻ സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ഇൻ ദ കോളേജ് സിൻസ് 2010. ഐ ഹാവ് ബീൻ സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ഇൻ ദ കോളേജ് സിൻസ് 2010 മീൻസ് ഞാൻ 2010 മുതൽ ആ കോളേജിൽ പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പോഴും അവിടെ തന്നെയാണ്. 2010 ടിൽ നൗ, ഇപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ അവിടെ തന്നെയാണ് പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഐ ഹാവ് ബീൻ സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ഇൻ ദ കോളേജ് ഫോർ 3 years. ഫോർ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരു പീരീഡ് ഓഫ് ടൈം ആണ് വരേണ്ടത്. ഫോർ 3 years, 3 വർഷമായി ഞാൻ ആ കോളേജിൽ പഠിക്കുന്നു, ഇപ്പോഴും പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. ഫോർ 3 years. സിൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഫോറിലെ വ്യത്യാസം അതാണ്. സിൻസ് 2010, 2010 മുതൽ. ഫോർ 3 years എന്ന് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് 3 വർഷമായി എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിലാണ് സിൻസ് ഫോറും വരുന്നത്. ലാസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ, കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്പർ 19 നോക്കാം. ദ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് ഫ്രം ആൻഡ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ. ഫ്രമും ബിറ്റ്വീനും. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ മീൻസ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ഈസ് യൂസ്ഡ് വിത്ത് ദ കൺജങ്ഷൻ ആൻഡ്. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ എന്നാൽ ഇടയിൽ. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എപ്പോഴും കൂടെ ആൻഡ് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ആഡ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. ഫ്രം ആണെങ്കിൽ ടിൽ, അൺടിൽ, ടു തുടങ്ങിയ വാക്കുകൾ. ഫ്രം ഈസ് യൂസ്ഡ് വിത്ത് ദ പ്രിപ്പോസിഷൻസ് ടിൽ, അൺടിൽ, ടു. ഇവയെല്ലാം ഫ്രമിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാം. എക്സാമ്പിൾ നോക്കാം. ഹി ഈസ് സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ഇൻ ദ കോളേജ് ഫ്രം 2010 ടിൽ നൗ. ഹി ഈസ് സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ഇൻ ദ കോളേജ്. അവൻ കോളേജിൽ പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഫ്രം 2010 2010 മുതൽ ടിൽ നൗ ഇപ്പോഴും പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഹി ഈസ് സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ 3 PM ആൻഡ് 6 PM. അവൻ വൈകിട്ട് 3 മണിക്കും 6 മണിക്കും ഇടയിലാണ് പഠിക്കുന്നത്. ഹി ഈസ് സ്റ്റഡിയിങ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ, അതിനിടയിൽ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. 3 PM ആൻഡ് എന്നുള്ള കൺജങ്ഷൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ എന്നുള്ള ഒരു പ്രപ്പോസിഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ 3 PM ആൻഡ് 6 PM. അവൻ 3 മണിക്കും 6 മണിക്കും ഇടയ്ക്ക് വൈകിട്ടാണ് പഠിക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് കണ്ടത് കണ്ടീഷൻ 15 എന്തായിരുന്നു? ടൈം ആൻഡ് ഡേറ്റ് കാണിക്കുന്ന പ്രപ്പോസിഷൻസ്. അതിൽ ബിഫോർ, ഇൻ, അറ്റ്, ബൈ, ഓൺ, ആഫ്റ്റർ, ഓൺ ടൈം, ഇൻ ടൈം എല്ലാം കുറേ കണ്ടിരുന്നു. അതിൻ്റെ എക്സാമ്പിൾ നോക്കി. ദെൻ ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്പർ 16 എന്തായിരുന്നു പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നത്? ചില വെർബുകൾ, ആ വെർബുകൾക്ക് കൂടെ പ്രപ്പോസിഷൻസ് എങ്ങനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം, എവിടെ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളതായിരുന്നു കണ്ടീഷൻ 16 പറഞ്ഞത്. ദെൻ കണ്ടീഷൻ 17 ബിസൈഡ്, ബിസൈഡ്സ് അത് തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു വ്യത്യാസവും അത് പ്രപ്പോസിഷനായി എങ്ങനെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാമെന്നും കണ്ടു. ബിസൈഡ് എന്നാൽ അരികെ, ബിസൈഡ്സ് കൂടാതെ, അതിന് പുറമേ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടത് കണ്ടീഷൻ 18 സിൻസ് ആൻഡ് ഫോർ. സിൻസും ഫോറും ഒരു ടൈം എക്സ്പ്രസിങ് പ്രപ്പോസിഷൻസ് ആണ്. രണ്ടും ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തെ, ഒരു സമയത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയുന്ന പ്രപ്പോസിഷൻസ് ആണ്. സിൻസ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുമ്പോൾ എന്താണ്? അത് മുതൽ, സിൻസ് 2010 2010 മുതൽ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. ഫോർ ആവുമ്പോൾ ഫോർ 3 years, ഫോർ 6 months 6 മാസമായി, 3 വർഷമായി, അത്രയും സമയം, ഒരു പീരീഡ് പറയുമ്പോഴാണ് ഫോർ ഉപയോഗിക്കേണ്ടത്. ലാസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ നമ്മൾ ഫ്രമും ബിറ്റ്വീനും കണ്ടു. ഫ്രം, ബിറ്റ്വീൻ. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ മീൻസ് അതിനിടയിൽ. ഫ്രം എന്നാൽ അത് മുതൽ എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ. അത് രണ്ടും ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ഈസ് യൂസ്ഡ് വിത്ത് ദ കൺജങ്ഷൻ ആൻഡ്. ബിറ്റ്വീൻ്റെ കൂടെ നമ്മൾ ആൻഡ് ആണ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. ഫ്രമിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ടിൽ, അൺടിൽ, ടു തുടങ്ങിയ വാക്കുകൾ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് സെൻറ്റൻസ് ഫോം ചെയ്യാവുന്നതാണ്. അടുത്ത കണ്ടീഷൻസ് അടുത്ത വീഡിയോയിൽ കാണാം. താങ്ക് യു.
నమస్కారం. వెల్కమ్ టు యాస్ అన్ అమెరికన్ స్పోకెన్ ఇంగ్లీష్. ప్రాక్టికల్ గ్రామర్ పుస్తకం పేజ్ నెంబర్ 86, 90, వీడియో నెంబర్ 36. ప్రపోజిషన్స్. మనం ముందు వీడియోలో 14 కండిషన్స్ చూసాం ప్రపోజిషన్స్కి. ఈ వీడియోలో 15వ కండిషన్ నుంచి చూస్తున్నాం. కండిషన్ 15 అనగా రూల్ 15 ఏంటంటే ద టైమ్ అండ్ డేట్ ప్రపోజిషన్స్ లైక్. మనం డేట్ని గురించి అనగా తేదీని గురించి చెప్పడానికి, కాలాన్ని గురించి చెప్పడానికి, టైం అనగా కాలాన్ని గురించి చెప్పడానికి మనం ఎటువంటి ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాము అంటే బిఫోర్, ఇన్, ఎట్, బై, ఆన్, ఆఫ్టర్, ఆన్ టైం, ఇన్ టైం, బై ఏ టైం, బిఫోర్ ఏ టైం, ఇన్ ద మార్నింగ్, ఇన్ ద ఆఫ్టర్నూన్, ఇన్ ద ఈవినింగ్, ఇన్ ద నైట్, a date, at dawn, at dusk, at night, at 5 PM, at the beginning, at the end. ఇటువంటి ప్రపోజిషన్ని మనం కాలాన్ని గురించి చెప్పడానికి కానీ, తేదీని గురించి చెప్పడానికి కానీ మనం ఇటువంటి ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తామని ఈ రూల్ నెంబర్ 15 చెప్తుంది. ఉదాహరణలు వచ్చేసి ఐ విల్ కమ్ బిఫోర్ సన్ రైజ్ అంటే నేను సూర్యకిరణాలు వచ్చే ముందే వచ్చేసాను, అంటే సూర్యకిరణాలకు ముందే నేను వచ్చాను అనేది ఈ వాక్యమునకు అర్థం. ఇక్కడ మనం కాలాన్ని గురించి చెప్తున్నాం కనుక బిఫోర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. 2 వీ విల్ కమ్ ఇన్ టైం టు ద ఫంక్షన్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఇన్ టైం మీన్స్ 9 గంటలకి ఫంక్షన్ అనుకోండి, దానికన్నా ఒక 5 నిమిషాలు కానీ 10 నిమిషాలు కానీ ఉన్న టైం కన్నా ముందు రావడానికి మనం ఇన్ టైంని ఉపయోగిస్తాం. అదే ఆన్ టైం అనుకోండి, ఖచ్చితంగా 9 గంటలకు ఫంక్షన్ అయితే కరెక్ట్గా అదే టైంకి రావడాన్ని మనం ఆన్ టైంని ఉపయోగిస్తాం. ఇక్కడ ఇన్ టైం అంటే ఫంక్షన్కి ఖచ్చితంగా ఆ టైం కన్నా కొంచెం ముందు రావాలి కానీ లేట్గా రాకూడదు అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. కనుక మనం ఇక్కడ ఇన్ టైమ్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసాం. దే కేమ్ బై 9 o'clock. ఇక్కడ 9 o'clock అనేది కాలాన్ని గురించి చెప్తుంది కనుక ఇక్కడ మనం బై అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసాం. ద ఫంక్షన్ టుక్ ప్లేస్ ఆన్ ద మార్నింగ్ ఆఫ్ January 26th. ఇక్కడ ఆ ఫంక్షన్ అనేది ఆల్రెడీ ఫిక్స్ చేసేసాం, అంటే నా ఫంక్షన్ యొక్క డేట్ని ఆల్రెడీ ఫిక్స్ చేసేసాం, దాని యొక్క టైంని మనం ముందే చెప్పేసేసాం కనుక మనం ఆన్ ద టైం, ఆన్ ద అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. అంటే ద ఫంక్షన్ టుక్ ప్లేస్ ఆన్ ద మార్నింగ్ ఆఫ్ January 26th. జనవరి 26న ఆ ఫంక్షన్, జనవరి 26న ఉదయంన ఆ ఫంక్షన్ జరుగుతుంది అని ఆల్రెడీ మనం దానికి టైంని ఫిక్స్ చేసాం కనుక మనం ఆన్ ది అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ద టైమ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్రెడీ ప్రోగ్రామ్డ్, మనం ఆల్రెడీ టైంని ఫిక్స్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ 5, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వాజ్ ఫైన్ ఎట్ ద బిగినింగ్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అందరూ బాగానే ఉన్నారు. ఇక్కడ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అనే దాన్ని కాలాన్ని గురించి చెప్తున్నాం కనుక ఎట్ ద అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వాజ్ ఫైన్ ఇన్ ద బిగినింగ్, లేటర్ చేంజెస్ హ్యాపెన్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఎటువంటి చేంజ్ లేకుండా ఒకేలా ఉండడానికి మనం బిగినింగ్ దాన్ని ఉపయోగిస్తాం. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి కొంతకాలం తర్వాత మార్పులు వస్తాయి, అంటే ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా పెళ్ళైన వాళ్ళు కొత్తల్లో బాగానే ఉంటారు, కొంతకాలానికి గొడవలు రావడం అలా జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది కదా, దాని గురించి చెప్పడానికి మనం ఇక్కడ ఇన్ ద బిగినింగ్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ 7, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వాజ్ బ్యాడ్ ఇన్ ద ఎండ్. ప్రతి ఒక్కటి చెడుగానే ఉంది చివరికి వచ్చేసరికి, అంటే ఫస్ట్లో బాగానే ఉంటుంది, తర్వాత కూడా కొంచెం బాగానే ఉంటుంది, చివరికి వచ్చేసరికి అంతా చెడ్డగానే ఉంటుంది అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. సో కనుక మనం ఇక్కడ ఇన్ ద అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసాం. దీనికి మీనింగ్ వచ్చేసి ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ టైమ్, అంటే కొంతకాలం తర్వాత ప్రతి ఒక్కటి చెడుగానే ఉంటుంది అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ 16 అనగా రూల్ 16 ఏంటంటే ద వర్బ్స్ బిలో మస్ట్ హ్యావ్ దేర్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఇన్ ప్రాపర్ ప్లేసెస్ విత్ ద ప్రపోజిషన్స్ దోస్ వర్బ్స్. మనం ఖచ్చితంగా ఈ వర్బ్స్కి తరువాత మనం ఖచ్చితంగా ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని ఖచ్చితంగా మనం యూజ్ చేయాలి. అవి ఏంటివి అంటే ఇన్ఫార్మ్ అంటే ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయడం, చెప్పడం, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం అంటే వివరించడం, రికమెండెడ్ చేయడం అంటే సజెస్ట్ చేయడం అంటే రికమెండ్ చేసి చెప్పడం. నెక్స్ట్ సజెస్ట్ అన్నా కానీ దాదాపు అదే మీనింగ్ వస్తుంది. ప్రొవైడ్ మీన్స్ ఇవ్వడం. సప్లై మీన్స్ సప్లై చేయడం. ప్రెజెంట్, కంపన్సేట్, ప్రోపస్, రోబ్ ఎక్సెట్రా ఇలాంటి క్రియలకి మనం ఖచ్చితంగా ప్రిపోజిషన్స్ని ఉపయోగించాలి. ఉదాహరణకు వచ్చేసి హీ ఇన్ఫార్మ్ ద పోలీస్ విత్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఇన్ఫార్మ్డ్ అనే క్రియ తర్వాత మనం విత్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనే ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. ఇక్కడ విత్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. అతను ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేశాడు అంటే అతను పోలీస్కి చెప్పాడు, కొంత ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ని పోలీస్కి చెప్పాడు అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. ఇక్కడ మనం విత్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. నెక్స్ట్ 2, హీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ద మ్యాటర్ టు హిమ్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ అనే క్రియ తర్వాత మనం టు అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి అతను ఆ విషయాన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి చెప్పాడు అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. హీ రికమెండెడ్ ఫర్ ద మేనేజర్స్ పోస్ట్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి అతను మేనేజర్ పోస్ట్ని రికమెండ్ చేశాడు. ఇక్కడ రికమెండెడ్ తర్వాత మనం ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ 17 అనగా రూల్ 17 ఏంటంటే ద ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్ అండ్ బిసైడ్స్. మనం ఈ ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్ అండ్ బిసైడ్స్ని ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తామనేది ఈ రూల్ నెంబర్ 17 చెప్తుంది. కేస్ ఏ, ద ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్ మీన్స్ బై ద సైడ్. ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇద్దరు వ్యక్తులు నేనున్నాను, నా పక్కన ఎవరైనా ఉంటే మనం దాని పక్కన ఉన్న వాళ్ళ గురించి చెప్పడానికి మనం బిసైడ్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. బిసైడ్ అనగా పక్కన అని అర్థం. నెక్స్ట్ కేస్ బి, ద ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్స్ మీన్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఆర్ ఇన్ అడిషన్ టు బిసైడ్. ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్స్ని మనం ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ఒకదాన్ని కాకుండా ఇంకో దాన్ని యాడ్ చేయడానికి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇంగ్లీష్ చెప్తున్నాను, నేను అలాగే తమిళ్ కూడా చెప్తాను లేక తెలుగు కూడా చెప్తాను అని మనం ఇంకో దాన్ని యాడ్ చేసి చెప్పడానికి బిసైడ్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. దీనికి ఉదాహరణ వచ్చేసి బిసైడ్ మీన్స్ సైడ్. హీ స్టుడ్ బిసైడ్ మీ డ్యూరింగ్ మై ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి బిసైడ్ మీన్స్ విత్ అంటే షేర్ చేసుకోవడం అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి బిసైడ్స్ మీన్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రా. బిసైడ్స్ లెర్నింగ్ డాన్స్ షీ ఈజ్ లెర్నింగ్ సింగింగ్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఆమె పాటలు కాకుండా డాన్స్ కూడా నేర్చుకుంటుంది. అంటే ఒక పాటలే కాకుండా డాన్స్ కూడా నేర్చుకుంటుందని మనం ఎక్స్ట్రాగా యాడ్ చేసి చెప్తున్నాం కనుక ఇక్కడ బిసైడ్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ 18 అనగా రూల్ 18 ఏంటంటే ద ప్రపోజిషన్ సిన్స్ అండ్ ఫర్ ఆర్ ద టైమ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెసింగ్ ప్రపోజిషన్స్ టు మెన్షన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ టైమ్ ఆఫ్ స్పీకింగ్ టు ఏ పర్టికులర్ టైమ్ ఆఫ్ స్పీకింగ్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి మనం సిన్స్ ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్స్ అనేవి దేనికి మనం చెప్తాము అంటే దేన్ని ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేస్తామంటే పర్టికులర్ టైంని ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయడానికి, ఖచ్చితమైన టైం గురించి చెప్పడానికి మనం ఈ సిన్స్ ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అది టైం అనేది ఎక్కడి నుంచి అంటే 2010 నుంచి అంటే అప్పటి నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు ఈ మధ్యలో జరిగిన దాని గురించి ఖచ్చితంగా చెప్పడానికి మనం సిన్స్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అండ్ ఫర్ ప్రపోజిషన్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్ మోస్ట్లీ పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఆర్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్. సిన్స్ అండ్ ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని మనం ఖచ్చితంగా ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్. పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే ఐ హ్యావ్ సీన్, హ్యావ్ ప్లస్ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ వస్తే మనం పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్ అని చెప్తాం. అదే పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ అంటే హ్యావ్ బీన్ ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫార్మ్ కనుక వస్తే పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ అని చెప్తాం. మనం సిన్స్ని ఫర్ని పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్లో, పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ వచ్చేసరికి ఫస్ట్ వన్, ఐ హ్యావ్ బీన్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఇన్ ద కాలేజ్ సిన్స్ 2010. నేను ఆ కాలేజ్లో 2010లో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను, ఇప్పటికీ అదే కాలేజ్లో చదువుతున్నాను. అంటే టిల్ నౌ అనే దాని గురించి, అంటే ఇప్పటికీ 2010 నుంచి ఇప్పటికీ కూడా నేను అదే కాలేజ్లో చదువుతున్నాను అని చెప్పడానికి మనం సిన్స్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అంటే ఇప్పటికి జరుగుతున్న దానికి ఆల్రెడీ నేను 2010లో కాలేజ్లో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను, ఇప్పటికీ నేను అదే కాలేజ్లో చదువుతూనే ఉన్నాను అని ఇప్పుడు కూడా చెప్పడానికి మనం సిన్స్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. 2, ఐ హ్యావ్ బీన్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఇన్ ద కాలేజ్ ఫర్ 3 years. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి నేను 3 years నుంచి నేను 3 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి అదే కాలేజ్లో చదువుతున్నాను అని చెప్పడానికి మనం ఇక్కడ ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని ఉపయోగిస్తాం. ఇక్కడ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైం టిల్, ఇప్పుడు అంటే ఇప్పుడు జరిగిన దాని గురించి చెప్పడానికి మనం ఇక్కడ ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసాం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ 19, రూల్ 19 ఏంటంటే ద ప్రపోజిషన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ అండ్ బిట్వీన్. ప్రపోజిషన్ ఫ్రమ్ అండ్ బిట్వీన్ని మనం ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తామనేది కండిషన్ 19 చెప్తుంది. కేస్ ఏ, బిట్వీన్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ విత్ ద కంజంక్షన్ అండ్. మనం బిట్వీన్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత దానికి ఖచ్చితంగా కంజంక్షన్ అండ్ అనే పదాన్ని మనం బిట్వీన్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ తర్వాత యూజ్ చేయాలి. నెక్స్ట్ కేస్ బి అనేది ఏం చెప్తుందంటే ఫ్రమ్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ ద ప్రపోజిషన్ టిల్ అంటిల్ టు. మనం ఫ్రమ్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ఫ్రమ్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత మనం టిల్ అనే పదాన్ని కానీ, అంటిల్ అనే పదాన్ని కానీ, టు అనే పదాన్ని కానీ మనం ఖచ్చితంగా యూజ్ చేయాలి అని ఈ కేస్ బి చెప్తుంది. ఉదాహరణ వచ్చేసి హీ ఈజ్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఇన్ ద కాలేజ్ ఫ్రమ్ 2010 టిల్ నౌ. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి అతను ఆ కాలేజ్లో 2010 నుంచి ఇప్పటికి కూడా అదే కాలేజ్లో చదువుతున్నాడు. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి మనం ఫ్రమ్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసాం కనుక దీని తర్వాత మనం ఖచ్చితంగా టిల్ అనే పదాన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. నెక్స్ట్ ఉదాహరణ 2, హీ ఈజ్ స్టడీయింగ్ బిట్వీన్ 3 PM and 6 PM. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి మనం బిట్వీన్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఖచ్చితంగా కంజంక్షన్ ఎన్ని యూజ్ చేయాలని చెప్పుకున్నాం కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ బిట్వీన్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ యూజ్ చేసాం కనుక దీని తర్వాత మనం ఖచ్చితంగా ఎండ్ అనే కంజంక్షన్ని యూజ్ చేసాం. ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం వచ్చేసి అతను 3 గంటల నుంచి 6 గంటల మధ్య కాలంలో చదువుతాడు అనేది ఈ వాక్యంకి అర్థం. కండిషన్ 15, రూల్ 15 ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మనం టైం, డేట్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని వేటికి యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే బిఫోర్, ఇన్, ఎట్, బై, ఆన్, ఆఫ్టర్, ఆన్ టైమ్, ఇన్ టైమ్, బై ఏ టైమ్, బిఫోర్ ఏ టైమ్, ఇన్ ద మార్నింగ్, ఇన్ ద ఆఫ్టర్నూన్, ఇన్ ద ఈవినింగ్, ఇన్ ద నైట్, ఎట్ డౌన్, ఎట్ డస్క్, ఎట్ నైట్, ఎట్ ఏ 5 o'clock, ఎట్ ద బిగినింగ్, ఎట్ ద ఎండ్. ఇటువంటి మనం టైం గురించి చెప్పడానికి కానీ, తేదీని గురించి చెప్పడానికి కానీ ఈ ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తామని రూల్ 15 చెప్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూసాం. అదే రూల్ 16 ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మనం ఖచ్చితంగా క్రియల తర్వాత ప్రపోజిషన్స్ని యూజ్ చేయాలి అని చెప్పేది ఈ రూల్ 16 చెప్తుంది. ఆ క్రియలు ఏంటివంటే ఇన్ఫార్మ్, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్, రికమెండెడ్, సజెస్ట్, ప్రొవైడ్, సప్లై, ప్రెజెంట్, ప్రోపస్, రోబ్ ఎక్సెట్రా. ఇలాంటి వాటికి మనం ఖచ్చితంగా ఈ క్రియల తర్వాత ప్రపోజిషన్స్ మనం ఖచ్చితంగా యూజ్ చేయాలి అని కండిషన్ 16 చెప్తుంది. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూసాం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ 17 ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మనం ప్రపోజిషన్ బిసైడ్ని కానీ బిసైడ్స్ని కానీ ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే బిసైడ్ని మన పక్కన ఉన్న వ్యక్తుల గురించి చెప్పడానికి మనం బిసైడ్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అదే బిసైడ్స్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ఇంకొక దాన్ని యాడ్ చేసి చెప్పడానికి బిసైడ్స్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక ఇంగ్లీషే కాకుండా తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తున్నాను అని ఇంకొక దాన్ని యాడ్ చేసి చెప్పడానికి మనం ఈ బిసైడ్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తామని రూల్ నెంబర్ 17 చెప్తుంది. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి మనం ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూసాం. కండిషన్ 18 రూల్ నెంబర్ 18 ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మనం సిన్స్, ఫర్ అనే ప్రపోజిషన్ని ఖచ్చితమైన టైంని గురించి చెప్పడానికి మాత్రమే యూజ్ చేస్తామని చెప్తుంది. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి మనం సిన్స్ని ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే 2010 నుంచి ఇప్పటికీ నేను అదే దాంట్లో చదువుతున్నాను అని టైంని గురించి ఆ రెండింటి మధ్య టైం గురించి మాట్లాడడానికి మనం సిన్స్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అలాగే ఫర్ని కూడా ఖచ్చితంగా టైం గురించి చెప్పడానికే యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఇవి ఖచ్చితంగా దేంట్లో ఉండాలంటే పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్లో, పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్లో ఉండాలి అని ఈ రూల్ నెంబర్ 18 చెప్తుంది. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి మనం ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూసాం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ 19 ఈ రూల్ 19 ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మనం ప్రపోజిషన్స్ ఫర్ని కానీ బిట్వీన్ని కానీ యూజ్ చేసాము అంటే మనకి బిట్వీన్ తర్వాత ఖచ్చితంగా కంజంక్షన్ ఎన్ని యూజ్ చేయాలి. అలాగే ఫ్రమ్ తర్వాత ఖచ్చితంగా టిల్ కానీ అంటిల్ కానీ టు అనే పదాన్ని యూజ్ చేయాలని కండిషన్ 19 చెప్తుంది. దానికి ఉదాహరణలు ఇక్కడ చూసాం. నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్స్ నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో చూద్దాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.